Welcome back. It's Dr. Jen Favoni, better known as DocJenFit, your doctor of physical therapy, owner and founder of Gen Health, your one platform so you can freely search anything from pains and aches within the body and get movement help. Now, today I want to go over a core workout with you that you would do after a vaginal birth and kind of preparing you for getting back to exercise, really reconnecting and rebuilding this core. This is something I started around 4 weeks postpartum, and I have videos for early postpartum. So if you're in that earlier phase, I highly recommend those other videos. I have videos that you can start from week 1, from week 0 when you come back from the hospital, and what you could be doing to start to rebuild that breath and that pelvic floor core connection again. And then here's where you're going to kind of progress into before you're getting back into heavier lifts and heavier exercise again to just create better trunk stability and awareness, especially with that pelvic floor. So we're going to get started on our back. I'm going to use a towel. And then for the last exercise, I am going to use, so this is just a long scarf. So you can use a scarf. You could use, if you had a rebozo when you were preparing for birth, if you have a long skinny towel, you can roll up a towel, you can roll up a blanket, anything would kind of help with that. We just want something long that we can wrap over our trunk. So that's what I'll show you at the end. But to start, you can either use socks or a towel and a slippery surface. So if you are on carpet, you can use more like furniture sliders. And this is the first one we're going to start with. So these are heel slide outs. So I'm going to start on my back with the towel underneath my heel and using the same breath pattern that I've talked about in the other videos. So again, go back to those earlier core videos where we're really reconnecting that breath with pelvic floor. I'm going to take an inhale from that rib cage, kind of, you can give a little squeeze, inhale, exhale, pull from that blueberry up. Make sure you can still inhale from that rib cage. Exhale, hold that pressure down and really kind of creating tension throughout the entire front of that core. Inhale as my heel slides out. Exhale, pull that blueberry in even more. Inhale, exhale. We'll just do 5. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale. Try the other side. And if you do have socks or 2 towels, you could be alternating. You could do one heel, then the other heel, and you can kind of alternate it as well and see, do my hips move? Do I feel like my core is disengaging as I'm kind of alternating between, or just one at a time, really focusing on a strong exhale from that pelvic floor up. My low back doesn't move. My hips don't move. Everything stays really stable. Now from here, I'm going to go into a march. So again, inhale, exhale, pull that in, hold that stable, and just lifting without moving my hips, and then slowly returning. Inhale, exhale, or the opposite. Exhale to lift. Inhale. The main thing that you want to focus on, it's not necessarily where the inhale and exhale happen, is that I'm continuing to breathe. I'm breathing from that low rib cage the entire time. And wherever the exertion, wherever the harder part, for some, that's going to be on lifting the leg. We're going to want to exhale as I lift. For others, it's going to be the exhale on the lower, on the eccentric lengthening part of those abdominals. So it's inhale and exhale wherever it feels best for you to reconnect and kind of hold that tension and pressure into your core. Okay. We'll do about 5 on each side. Inhale. And then we're going to reach to the opposite. So I'm going to exhale on the reach this time. So reach to opposite, hold for a second, and then inhale. Exhale. Now we're starting to pull those obliques on. Especially if you feel like you have a flared rib cage, kind of feeling those external obliques, kind of pull to the opposite arm or opposite leg here is really helpful to start to re-engage that entire core. And you can kind of feel from that rib cage down as I push to the opposite side. And then I'm going to do what are called knee fallouts. So I'm going to place my hand on the inside of that leg and give it some pressure. So now my inner thigh is having to work here. With that same inhale, exhale, I'm going to inhale as I slowly let it drop before that hip feels like it's going to move. Exhale, pull it right back in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. 2 more. In. Last one. In. Don't let that hip bone move. And then opposite. Lift. You can reset. Exhale. Lift everything in. Inhale on the way down. Drop it down. Exhale. Inhale. Again, don't let you're trying not to let anything move. And then feel the top of your abs. Make sure that it stays low. It's not pooching. It's not coming up higher. Okay. You want it to stay about level throughout the entire exercise. And if it's like too challenging, you're not going out as far. Like if you feel your abs or your disconnect, your low back is really starting to work, you're going to go a little less. Okay. So you really got to listen to that feedback of the body to know where you're moving within your own body. Okay. And now it's going to get pretty tricky. So the last one is a tabletop hold. And what we're going to do is we're going to slide the hands on the inside of those knees. Shins are parallel, so they're not too far in. Your knees are right over those hips. Exhale and really pull those abs. Reach and push against those knees. Really reach and keep those legs long. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reset. We're going to try it 2 more times. And bring those arms in. Press. Pull into your knees. Push out with your hands. And reach. Reach those arms long. Even every exhale, you want to think that you're flattening those abs even more, pulling from that blueberry, that pelvic floor up and in. Every exhale, flattening, pulling, flattening, pulling. Last one, we're going to reach, push in, reach, reach, reach with those arms. Reach with those arms. The more you reach with the arms, you should feel flattening of the back a little bit more, flattening of those abs. Hold, hold, hold. Good. Now I'm going to take the scarf for this last one. I'm going to put it underneath me. Let me move this mat out actually. So I'm going to move the mat out first. Then I'll put this underneath me. And you want it right around the belly button area, but you kind of explore different areas as well. So especially if you've had like a diastasis recti check, I do have a short on diastasis recti check. So you can kind of look back at that video. And you kind of see where it goes deepest for you. That's kind of where you want to wrap. For me, it's right along the belly button. So that's where I'm going to put the scarf. Okay. You're going to hold it in really close. And I'm going to exhale, really pulling from that pelvic floor core. And then as I exhale, I'm going to pull those abs together as I lift my chest. Now, when you're crunching, rather than just looking down and crunching, I want you to think of that sternum, that chest going up to the ceiling. So you're lifting up rather than crunching in. Okay. So I'm going to hold, inhale, lift, hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. So the towel's kind of helping to hold everything together, and the rectus abdominis is kind of helping to pull it together. Again, inhale, hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep breathing. 2, 1. Don't hold your breath as we do this. Try to lift that chest even higher on this last one. Inhale, exhale, hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Feel the shake. 4, 3, 2, and 1, coming down. So this is really great for the entire core, getting that pelvic floor to kind of reconnect with that entire core experience, getting stronger in the abdomen and in the abdominals, and really focusing on any separation that you might be experiencing at the abs as well. Now, if you want to progress in understanding core in all aspects, we have an entire core plan on Gen Health where we go through different phases of progressing in core, from planks to things on your back to using resistance bands in different ways, holding, movement. Core is so integrated in everything that we do. So understanding how we're using our breath, our pelvic floor, so that we're not getting our hip flexors or our low back to take over is so crucial. So I highly recommend checking out that plan. You can start the first 30 days for just $20. Use code OPTIMAL at checkout and check out Gen Health. Don't forget, if you love what you're learning, I have so much more in stock for you. So hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos I've done in the past, and leave any comments of any suggestions that you have for videos in the future. And I can't wait to help you feel incredible and amazing within your body.